Happy Friday, everybody. I want to show you another recipe. I was getting ready to start it, and I remember that everybody keeps asking me, how do I make the menudo not smell so much? Or how do I make it so lean where there's not so much fat? So I'm going to show you the starting process, and tomorrow I'll show you the ending process on how it comes together. And I'm going to take the time to say muchas gracias a mi tía Margarita. Usted me dio buenos consejos de cómo hacer el menudo. So a base de sus consejos hice mi receta. So gracias, tía. Roy Lozano, if you're watching, I know you're watching. Gracias por los guajillos, man. I really appreciate it. I already made some chorizo with it. It's bomb. Thank you so much. And I owe you menudo, since I'm making menudo today, and then I owe you some chorizo. So, my secret to getting non-smelly, less fatty menudo is that I clean the tripe really, really well. Okay, so usually, this one's already been somewhat clean because I started before, but I'll give you guys an example. So there's a lot of little fat, right? You guys can't probably see it, but there's a lot of little fat you gotta trim off of it. There's, you know, this white stuff. If you leave it on, it's okay too. You're just gonna get a really thick broth because it has so much fat. And then you get a little cap of it on the top, which I don't like. I like clear, clean broth, so I take all that off. Even after I cook it and trim the menudo, I still trim the top part of the broth at the end. And so I clean it. I scrub it with a knife. I take a knife and I just start scrubbing it, and then I wash it thoroughly with cool water. So that way, any impurities or anything, it comes off. If you leave it on, if you leave a lot of it on, you're also gonna get that smell that you're so used to at other places. So a lot of people come and try the menudo and they're like, oh my God, you know, the menudo I have with so-and-so place, it's so smelly, and we only have it on special occasion, but we come back every weekend and have yours because it's so good. So thank you so much. I like my menudo. I eat a bowl every Sunday, so it's my favorite. So then after you clean it, you have to slow boil for long hours. The slow boil is key because this is really tough and it'll come out really chewy. You don't want chewy. You want nice texture. And the only other ingredients that I use other than menudo and water is real simple. Like I said, there's many ways of doing this, but I do it my favorite way with granulated garlic. I don't even use fresh garlic. So salt, onion, and the guajillo. Guajillo normally comes long peppers, right? I go through so much guajillo, I need the space. I grind them through my meat grinder, and I get chips like this, like a crushed red bell pepper, or crushed red pepper, and then it consolidates it better. So it's for space. So that's all I use. And honestly, that's all you need. You don't need anything else. And then slow boil, I cook my menudo overnight. We put it in its pot, and then we slow boil it all the way into the morning, till 5, 6 in the morning I come in, and then we finish it off, and there's fresh menudo that day. So, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for liking all our videos. I'll keep you guys updated with new things that are coming and new recipes or how we do other stuff in our shop. So I appreciate it. Have a wonderful Friday. Thank you so much, okay? Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning. We're gonna finish off the menudo. I'm gonna show you the last process that we do. So this one already has a little bit of chile in the broth, but usually in the morning you wanna get, or when you're done boiling, you get the leftover onion that was boiled through the process, and you add your guajillo, as I'm gonna do right now. And you just put it on low, make sure it purifies it, and then you get a strainer and you strain it. You add that to your broth, and you strain some of the pieces that didn't get chopped up enough. So you just add it to it. I'm gonna set that aside since I don't have a Vitamix. It's time control or speed control. And then here's our menudo that we cooked off. So it's like this. See that? And it's not tough. I could tear this apart. It's nice and chewy. See that? So now, a rule of thumb with menudo, you don't want to have these big chunks, you know? It's hard to eat. I like, if you have a medium spoon, then you want to get it, each piece to fit in that spoon. So I go rule of thumb, the size of the spoon. Easy to eat, easy to serve. And yesterday I didn't mention, but menudo can be done many ways. You could add pata, cachete, trompa, oreja, anything goes. It just depends on your personal preference. And my personal preference for the shop, for consistency, is the honeycomb tripe. And that's why we do it that way. So I'm gonna show you, once it's all done, chopped up and everything, I'll show you the next process, okay? All right, you guys, so I wasn't able to show you the whole process because we're open for service, and as you can see, I had to prep ahead of time. But I'm gonna show you the final, the way you just mesh everything together. As you can see in these bowls, there's not much fat on the top of the broth, see? That's what we want. A nice clear broth. Look at that. And this is just my way of doing it. You can do it whatever way you want. I just like it this way. People like it more. So I use hominy in our stuff, but like I said, you can do whatever you want. So I like hominy. We're gonna use this trusty bowl that I have. A little bit of hominy. See that? A little bit of hominy. Then your menudo. See those pieces that I was telling you about, the size of a spoon? You don't want them too big, because then it becomes too chewy. It's like chewing bubble gum. And then I'm gonna grab some menudo stock from my pot and directly check it. Finished product. Now, I eat this every week. I encourage everybody to eat it any time of the day if we have it, because I like menudo a lot, and a lot of people relate it to being hungover, which it's a good hangover soup. But in general, in the wintertime, I like to eat it a lot more. It's just really hearty, really good. There's a lot of collagen in the broth. Sometimes I save the broth and just drink the broth, and it's really good. I usually, when I make my menudo, I make sure I add plenty of water, so that when it dehydrates a little bit, we still have a lot of stock left, and then I could use that for other stuff. And sometimes I use that same stock to redo some more menudo, and it just keeps adding more flavor. So those are some secrets, tips that I do for myself here at the shop. So hopefully you guys like it and you try to make your own menudo, and you let me know how it turns out. Have a wonderful Saturday, okay, you guys? Thank you for the support.